Hey guys, welcome to Creative Tech. My name is Tyler, and today is going to be the first video with actual content. And what we're going to be doing today is we're planning on filming a playthrough video for Orange Sunshine, which if you watch my first video, you know that I'm a part of. But today we're going to be focusing on Eli and his parts that he plays for this particular song. So I just wanted to kind of take you guys along for the ride and document the process, maybe show some techniques and some of my equipment that I use in order to get the shots that I need, get the audio that I need. I don't know if I'll be going into the actual editing process. Maybe I'll save that for a later video. There's a ton of tutorials on YouTube already for pretty much anything you could possibly want to know or do on Adobe Premiere, which is the software that I use. So if I do miss anything that you do want me to elaborate on or wanted me to cover in more detail, leave a comment below and we'll go through it. And if it's something simple or anything like that, I'll be able to just reply to a comment, or if it's a good enough I guess topic, I might even make or dedicate an entire video to that topic, like I said, depending on what it is. So who knows, like I said, just leave a comment and we'll see where it goes, because ultimately that's what I want to do. Is I want to create a community that's driven by the people in that community. I don't want to just sit there and force feed anything to anybody, something that they don't want. So with that being said, let's get started. For starters, we'll go over some of the equipment that I use to capture video and audio, what kind of lighting I use. The first thing on my list is your smartphone. This is the iPhone 10. You could probably use just about any smartphone that you want, because nowadays smartphones are they have really good cameras on them. I don't know about the audio part. I know the iPhone captures pretty good audio on its own, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like amazing enough for you to use it in finished products. But yeah, it's super versatile, and not only that, it's really small. You don't have to carry around a bunch of equipment and a bunch of huge cameras and lenses and all of that stuff to get the shots that you need. With that said, though, I do use the Moment lens system. This is the case for my iPhone 10. I have an 18mm wide lens that I use, and I also use their 60mm telephoto lens. It's really good for B-roll, especially if you use the Filmic Pro app, which is what I use to shoot video on just about everything that I use as far as when I'm shooting footage with my phone. So don't think that you have to go out and buy an amazing camera or just all this equipment. When it comes down to it, you most likely have a smartphone in your pocket, and it's ridiculous what those things are capable of doing these days. The next piece of equipment that I have that I use, which I just added to my, I guess, arsenal, if that's what you want to call it, is the Sony a7 III mirrorless. I cannot recommend this camera enough. This isn't sponsored. Sony's not paying me to say this. It's just hands down the best camera for that price range. I've heard people time and time again say that it's a $4,000 to $6,000 camera at a $2,000 price range. If you can budget that in and swing for that, I highly recommend it. It's ridiculously good in low light, which in the line of videography that I'm planning on going for, it's going to be in a low light situations a good majority of the time. And the good thing about that is with a full frame sensor it's able to take in more light, and on top of that, the A7 III has an LED backlit sensor that helps it, handle those low light situations even better. So there again, like I said, I cannot recommend this camera enough. That's what I'm filming on right now. That's why I'm not, holding it right now. But I'm sure I'll drop some B-roll of it here that I'll most likely capture with my iPhone, so then you'll be able to get a glimpse of what the iPhone is capable of. And not just an iPhone, any smartphone, like I said earlier. The next thing that I use is a shotgun microphone, the Takstar SGC 598. I'm using that right now, so as you can hear, it's really good at picking up just normal speaking voices. I mean, for this application that we're going to be using it for today, it's mostly just to catch the backing track so that I can sync it up in post later with the actual recorded track that Eli's going to be playing his guitar part to. So I highly recommend this as well. It's literally $30. I got it for $30 on Amazon, and in my honest opinion, it's comparable to the Rode VideoMic Pro, which is like $200 all day, every day. So I mean, don't get me wrong, it's probably just a smidge better, but for $170 difference, it's just, in my opinion, it's not worth it. I mean, unless you just have the budget for it, and I would rather spend that $170 on something else. Alright, so that brings us to our next type of equipment, and that's lighting. No matter what, no matter how good the A7 III is at low light situations, you can't get by without having good light. I actually use two sets of lights. The first one is just a softbox light set from Neewer. I'll post a link to it in the description. I think, I want to say it was like $80 and it comes with two lights, stands, and everything. They aren't battery powered, so you're kind of stuck with having to find a power source for them, but they're really great lights. They're bicolor lights. They're dimmable, so that's really good. The other set of lights that I use are these little things right here. I have two of them. They're the Viltrox L116T. They are also a bicolor light. And the good thing about it is these are actually battery powered. So they use just Sony style F batteries. So if you own any kind of camera equipment, your odds are you have some of these. So that's the good thing about it is. And also, like I said, it's a bicolor light, and it goes from a very soft light all the way up to daylight. Basically is 5600K, I believe. Yeah, 5600K, which is daylight. And then, like I said, it's dimmable, so as you can see, that thing gets pretty dang bright. So I highly recommend these. I think they're like $40 a piece with batteries. If you already own batteries, I think you can get them for even cheaper. So I highly recommend these. So those are the lights that I use and keep on hand to make sure that I have enough light, because especially when I'm filming B-roll and you're shooting at 30, 60, 120 FPS, your shutter speed's going to go down, and therefore you're not going to get as much light, and so you're going to have to compensate with your own light. Alright guys, I finally got the car loaded up and ready to go, so let's go ahead and head to Dallas and get this night started. What's up, guys? Well, we just got to the studio, and as a matter of fact, all the band members are actually here, so we're actually going to do some practice first, and then we're going to get started on Eli's playthrough video, so that should be fun. Yeah, so let's get started. Time will move, avoiding the rest. Alright guys, we just got through practicing, so now we're going to go ahead and get started on shooting our playthrough video. Alright guys, so we're about halfway through. We got the straight on shot of what I'm going to be using, and now I'm going to move it around to get kind of a different angle. That way I can show a little bit better movement on the fingerboard while Eli's playing his parts. I guess to roughly go over some of the settings that I'm using, I'm using an aperture of f4 to give me a little bit broader depth of field. My ISO, I'm keeping it low, which I shoot in S-Log2 to give me more dynamic range. So the lowest ISO on that is like 800, and then the shutter speed, I'm following the 180 rule, so we're shooting at 24 frames, so I'm 1 over 50 for my shutter speed. And the lights I'm using those Viltrox lights that I mentioned earlier in the video, so you get to see those in action, which is pretty good. Well, let's get back in here and get back to work.
Why does time seemingly repeat? What are these experiences? How should I cope with the life set to end real soon when I want to experience all the beating of it? Set my soul burn. Let me see the new Kennedy Goodman.
Alright guys, well, we're done filming, and Eli and Mark and Casey are super excited. Aren't you guys? Alright guys, well, we just got back from the studio, and I appreciate you sticking around to watch the video. I will try to get the actual playthrough video uploaded about the same time that I upload this video. So thanks again. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.